Hey guys, this is episode 24 of the Daily BE, and today's topic is relatively simple. It's a bit straightforward. It is how to match a necktie to a paisley dress shirt. And that may sound kind of simple, or maybe asking yourself, do I even have a paisley dress shirt in my closet? And if you recall from an earlier episode, paisley, kind of like some other patterns, usually geometric patterns, is a printed dress shirt. And there are a lot of, they're very complex. That's the big takeaway. And so when you have a very complex shirt, or really as a rule of style in general, when you have complexity, you want to pair it with something kind of simple. Now there are some ways to break that rule and kind of go outside the box, but step one, if you're looking to boost your style, is to really understand that contrast and how to kind of play with the two. So let me show you on the table here a really good example. And in contrast, a white dress shirt is a piece of cake, right? You can pretty much match anything to it when it comes to neckties and pocket squares and things of that nature. But a paisley dress shirt is kind of crazy, a lot going on, and so you want to have a very simple tie. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay guys, so I have 4 neckties here, and one of my favorite paisley purple dress shirts here. So let's start from the left, and I'll kind of go through each one at a time. So this is a relatively basic purple necktie. Not too much going on, but it does have a pattern, right? Kind of almost a herringbone sort of looking pattern, but not quite. And first impressions here, I think this sort of works. It kind of depends on what else you have with your sport coat, your suit, for instance. It's still relatively simple compared to this very loud kind of paisley organic, lots going on in this dress shirt, obviously. So this is one option. I think it sort of works as a verdict, and you see why, where it's basic. This doesn't have a strong stripe, for instance, as we'll get to another one here in a second does. But it is purple to a degree to bring out this color, but it's not a perfect match, right? So let's see what else we got. As you can probably gather, this isn't so much a good option. An organic looking necktie, which is a true paisley, on a printed dress shirt kind of gets washed out, and it just looks like there's too much going on. There's just too much happening here. This would be great if it was on a white shirt or just a plain purple shirt, for instance, if we flipped it and this was a complex feature and the dress shirt was very simple, that'd work. But when you have two things that are very loud and there's a lot, there's conversations in each one of these, it's not a good fit. All right, so let's toss that one to the side for the time being. And let's take a look at this guy, striped necktie. What do you guys think? Right off the bat, it's very bold. The first thing you see is the necktie. And with a white shirt, this is, a bomber look. This is really cool. It's very bold. It's very businesslike because it has a stripe to it. I think, obviously the purple gets pulled out. There's almost so much of the attention on the tie that the shirt kind of fades away and almost makes the shirt look a little less loud and crazy than it really is. So again, this is kind of a maybe one for me, and I'm kind of surprising myself saying this actually, but because at least when I was looking at this in my closet, I was thinking this tie is not going to work. But just because there's so much attention here, I almost feel like the shirt's kind of becoming a backup player. So maybe, again, it kind of depends on what else you're wearing, and if you have maybe a suit that kind of is very basic, or like a charcoal or a dark suit, this look might work. But really, remember, when we have any kind of printed dress shirt, it's going to be a little bit more casual than anything else, just inherently. And you're kind of mixing a casual dress shirt with a very, in my opinion, very business-like, very business-looking necktie. So that's something to kind of consider. The colors do match though, so we have a maybe works, but not quite the best option. The one I think is the best for this, and to help illustrate my point here, where you go with something complex and pair with something very simple, this is what I think is the best look. This is a very, I'll kind of zoom in here, kind of a textured tie, but it's just plain purple, right? There's not too much going on. It's not a paisley. Obviously, it's not a stripe. It doesn't have any kind of stronger pattern like that first tie does. It's a very standard, solid-looking necktie, which I think works perfect for this outfit. And you can kind of see now, maybe after looking at the other ties, that with this one in particular, you see more of the shirt, right? And the shirt with any kind of printed dress shirt, I think, is really the star player, right? That's why you have it, because it's really interesting. It's got kind of a cool pattern to it. And again, it's a casual, sort of, going out type of shirt more often than not. So that's the the concept I'm trying to convey here, where when you have something casual, i.e. kind of, well, I guess that's not entirely true. What I'm trying to say here is to reiterate that when you have something very, very complex, like a printed dress shirt, like this guy, very organic looking, almost kind of paisley looking, you want to pair it with something that's very simple. And to do that kind of has a nice balance overall with a complete look. So look through your closets, and next time you're putting something together, give that some thought. And then when you kind of get the basics down, you can start playing around and maybe going into, using something like that real strong stripe tie that I had. For instance, to kind of branch out a little bit from that general rule of keeping the complex and the solid and the non-complex, kind of complementing one another. And of course, all this is very subjective, right? Your style can be completely different. But the intention here is to kind of give you a starting point, help you build a foundation of your own personal style, and then let you run with it and create your own thing. That's what we're trying to help you here with. So that is a quick primer on how to match your necktie to a paisley or a printed dress shirt. Subscribe. We will be back with another topic. And quick little pro tip here on YouTube, if you want to have notifications when our new videos are actually posted, don't forget to hit the little alarm button that's right there on the lower left of your screen, right next to our channel. Okay guys, have a great day. We will see you next time.